What's up, fellas? It's your boy Schema back with another episode for the Dynasty. Here to talk about the over and under. Who can get over 56 points and who can stay under? Who's going to play good defense? Who's going to, score a lot of points? Couldn't do it alone. Got your boy Bino on the show. What's going on, Bino?
What's going on, man? Playoffs almost here. High six almost here. Make sure y'all sharpening y'all iron.
All right. We also got Gav on the show with the Vikings. Headed to the playoffs. What's going on, Gav?
Toxic Gav in the building, most toxic person in the DML. What's up, Schema? What's up, Bino? Let's get it.
All right. We ain't gonna take long. All right, the first game we're gonna talk about is the high-powered Bucks, and he's going up against the Panthers. Right now, the Bucks are third in first down conversions with 192. He's up against the Panthers, who's tied for 17th in the league with 167 conversions. Okay, Bino, I'll go to you first. What's your take on this game?
Yeah, I got this game being over 56, and I probably got the Bucks walking away with a W on this one. Like you mentioned in the intro, man, the Bucks are just high-powered. Force knows how to use them really well, and what we're not talking about is his defense as well. His defense is pretty good, and on the contrary, you got the Panthers, where they're letting up a good amount of yards, and if you do that against Andy Force, it's probably not going to work out in your favor. So I got this game being over 56 with the Bucks taking a W.
All right, how about you, Gav?
I'm gonna have to agree with Bino here, man. Over 56 for sure. It's crazy because both of these teams are on 2-game losing streaks. So I think they'll probably light it up, maybe more one-sided being the Bucks. Probably see them getting at least 40 by themselves. Yeah, give me the over 56 and probably the Bucks if I had to pick one. But I think the Panthers might make it a little interesting. But give me the over 56 for sure.
All right, I'm going to have to agree with both of you guys. I see an over, more like 45-21. I think the Panthers will be able to put up 21 points. Bucks will probably score like 45. And, you can't have no interceptions in this game. So I think Seawalk can throw like 3-4 picks. And I think the Bucks will take advantage and, punch it in the end zone. All right, so I got the Bucks winning, going over. Next game, we got the Lions at the Washington football team. Currently, the Lions, surprisingly, are second in first down conversions at 193. The Washington football team have 156 first down conversions. He's tied for 23rd in the league. Okay, Gal, you might see this guy in the playoffs. What's your take?
All right, this game is going to be completely one-sided. The football team might get the 56 by themselves, and it might not even be the offense of the football team, to be honest with you. Like you said, the Lions is second in first downs, and I don't think that's because of skill. I just think that one, he has so many turnovers, his team is right back on the field, so it just puts them in a situation where it's either 3 and out, 1 first down, and then you throw a pick and get out. So I just think his offense is always on the field just because he's turning the ball over. It's going to be a blowout. Give me the Redskins or the football team by 70. It ain't going to be close.
Okay. You like the over, right?
If I could take the over times 2, I would take it.
Okay. How about you, Bino?
Shit, my man Gav said times 2.
Lee, that's real money.
Nah, but Gav did not tell a lie, though. Right, so I would have to agree. I got the over 56 in this one. I got Washington football team taking the W. Like you mentioned, the Lions turning the ball over, but at the same time, Washington football team, they only lost 1 game this season so far, if I can count correctly, and they're taking the ball away 5 times per game. So I would have to agree with Gav. This might be the rent money bet for me. I got the over with the Washington football team taking the W.
That's a tough one for me too. I do like Washington football team winning this game with ease. A lot of times it's hard to take a defensive guy, likes to control the game, run the ball real well. But I just think the Lions' inability to move the ball against a good defense is why it's gonna go over. So I'm gonna take the over in the Washington football team as well. But we better hope that that Bus don't just be conservative, play good defense, punt the ball sometimes. We'll see what happens. But we all agree. Mm-hmm. Moving on to the next game. We got the Falcons and we got the Chiefs. Right now, the Falcons are 27th in the league in first down conversions. He has 146. The Chiefs are 15th in the league, and he has 169, first down conversions, which could be misleading. Okay, Gal, what's your take on this game?
Probably this game is probably one of those games where these stats might be a little bit mirage-ish, because I'm just going to say the Chiefs is probably not a first down go-getter. He going gusto damn near every chance he gets. So I'll probably say, he does put up points. So he's on the field probably not as much. So the first down's probably not that much of a big deal to him. Because granted, he got 2 damn fighter jets on the outside that all he got to do is say go and chuck it up to him. Apparently he gets touchdowns with it. So from that standpoint, I don't really like the first down numbers for this one, but I still do want to probably give the Chiefs the win in an over.
Okay, how about you, Bino?
Yeah, that's a good synopsis, man. I would have to agree. I would just add one more point. I think the Chiefs do an excellent job of protecting the ball, considering he does have that gusto, like let's throw it all type of offense at times. But in this matchup, I got the Chiefs taking the W over 56. I think it's going to be more of a shootout, simply because there's a lot of holes on each side of the defense that I see. And I think, Noop's competent enough to actually put some points up, but we all know the Chiefs can light it up. So I really see this as a shootout. I got over 56 with the Chiefs taking the W.
Well, this might be the first time I disagree. I'm taking the under. I'm going to count on SJ's defense keeping Duke out the end zone. I see some user picks coming. But some user picks could lead to touchdowns. I won't bet on this game on my parlay at all. But I like the under, and I like the Chiefs to edge this one out. I like them to edge it out. This could be the upset of the week, but I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Okay, moving on to the next game, you got the Cardinals versus the Dolphins. 2 defensive-minded coaches at this point. Right now, the Cardinals are 19th in the league in first down conversions at 166. The Dolphins have 147 first downs, and he's 26th in the league. Okay, Bino, what's your take?
Yeah, I actually had the pleasure to play both of these guys over the last couple of weeks. And I think this game is actually going to be under 6. Not really sure who will win. I'm just going to have to lean on the Dolphins to pull this one out. Chris Murray is doing a good job on the defensive side of the ball. I think we all know that. But it's the offensive side that seems to have some struggles. And I think against a good user like Tyke, he might run into a wall. But I do think it's going to be a good game. And I do have the Dolphins pulling it out. Not really sure on the Dolphins pulling it out. And I hope the Dolphins don't pull it out, even though I'm up 2 games. But still, I got this one being under 56 with the Dolphins taking away maybe a touchdown worth the lead in this game.
Okay. How about you, guys?
Man, I agree with the points both of y'all made. 2 probably very, very good defenses. I think Chris Murray getting Chase Young probably made his defense night and day from what it is now. Tight, always defensive minded, comes hard to play. I can't pick a winner in this game. I don't know why. I'm gonna go with the under for sure. But I probably think it comes down to either maybe a big play from Isabella, which we know is Murray's big play dude, or one of those 2 big 6'7" or however tall them 4'4" running fast suckers that Tight got on the outside. So I think either one of those receiver cores makes one big play and changes the game, but I don't think any team gets over 24 points. So it's going to be a close one.
Okay, we all going to agree on the under. I think, like you said, it might come down to an offensive play by the Cards, but I'm going to go on the other side. I think the Dolphins make a last-minute stop with an interception and win the game. So I'm going with the under, but I think it's going to be mostly controlled by the Dolphins. I don't think he's looking to score a lot of points. I think he's looking toward high stakes right now. So I'm going with the under. Moving on to the next game, we got the Titans. Surprisingly, it's 4th in the league in first downs at 187. And you got the Steelers, who is 25th. He has 154 first down. Okay, Bino, you AFC. What's your take?
I think it's going to be over. I think for the stat line that you mentioned, the Titans actually have a good offense enough to get, top 5 in first downs. And on the contrary, I think we've seen some good things from the Steelers early in the season, but I think things are starting to. I'm sorry. Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the contrary, I think the Steelers are not as efficient from an offensive thing. I think they're going to struggle.
How about you guys?
Had the pleasure of playing the Titans this season. Haven't had the pleasure of playing the Steelers. Just from what I've got to see with my own eyes, I'm gonna go Titans. I'm gonna go over. I like what they do on offense. It's a lot of mix up. It's not really the same gizmo gadget shit that certain people do, and they stick to the game plan the whole game. And I don't think, no disrespect to you, Mr. Steelers, but I don't think you got the brain capacity to keep up with all the stuff that the scheme is going to throw at you. So give me the Titans and give me the over.
All right. Moving on to the next game. Well, before we do that, I do like the over as well. I think the Titans can keep this ball all away from the Steelers. Steelers might try to squeeze out 14 points, but we're coming off a big game, 42 points against the Texans, so we're going to try to continue that. So I like the over as well, and the Titans with a victory. Moving on to the next game, you got the Texans, who are number 1 in first downs at 225 first down conversions. The Vikings, who have a great defense, he's 22nd in the league with 157 first down conversions. Okay, Gal, you want to talk about your game?
Can keep this simple. Under, and of course I'm picking myself to win. But I think my defense will probably do their thing. I was talking with Bruce the other day about this. It's so funny because he's so weird playing like this. But with this team, man, it's really all run the ball, play defense, hold field position, win the game. It's nothing too special. So it's not like I'm trying to run up the score. So under, I got Vikings winning though.
Okay, how about you, Bino?
I have to disagree. I got the over, man. I think JB's gonna move the ball. I think he know how to use his tight end. He know how to use Watson. I think he's gonna move the ball, and I think he's gonna play okay on defense. I really think it's gonna be a shootout to where he's gonna test your offense and see if you can continue to put up points. You know what I'm saying? That's just from experience. I played JB earlier in the season, and that's the kind of trouble he gave me, man. So we'll see. I think it's going to be over. I do have the Vikings pulling it out, but I definitely think it's going to be more of a shootout in this game.
Interesting.
That'd be
all
nice.
Right. I like the under, along with getting the Vikings going to control it. But that Texans team, you just never know. First down, big plays. If Gal can, eliminate turnovers for this particular game, it's definitely going under. So, not giving no easy pick sixes. So I definitely got the under. Moving on to the next game, you got the Bills and the Jaguars. Two guys that are known for playing good defense when they play at the top of their games. Bills right now are 31st in first downs. He has 124 conversions. Jaguars are 30th in the league, and he still finds a way to win. He has 131 conversions. All right, Bino, what's your take?
I got under 56 with the Jags taking a W on this one. I think the Bills are still learning their team. I think we know Maurice is a really good competitor on the sticks in football-wise, but I think he's still learning his team, and maybe he's not, playing the style of football that he wants to play. Meanwhile, on the Jag side, they outside looking in on the playoffs just like the rest of us in the AFC. And I think this game means a little bit more to him. So I think he'll pull it out. I do have this game being under 56, but I do have under in the Jags winning.
Okay, how about you guys?
Ooh, this is probably my toss-up one. My head is saying go under, but my heart is saying pick the over. So I'm going to go with the over. See what I did there? Y'all see what I did there? So I'm going to go with the over. I'm still going under, but I'm going with the over. And just because, man, I've watched a couple of unders games this year, and I don't know what fountain he drank out of over the offseason, but he's hit sticking motherfuckers like there's no tomorrow. So I don't think the Bills get out of there with enough healthy bodies, because unders just knocking people down as they come through. So give me the Jags. That defense going to put up a lot of points over. And, yeah.
All right. I like the under in this game, and I'm taking the Jaguars too. But you said a key factor, the hit sticking. I mean, I played him twice. Spellman, my wide receiver, up and coming wide receiver, who's a star now, got laid out. We talking about a 230-pound receiver, 6'3". Got laid out and fumbled both times, and it changed the course of the game. I'm just gonna overlook that and keep Spellman on my team because Spellman almost lost his job and got cut. But he'll stay. He'll stay. And Spellman been coming up big. But yeah, we'll move on to the next game. I do have, and I'm taking the under. The Colts and the Bears are the next game we're gonna talk about. The Colts are 21st in the league in first downs at 162. The Bears, not too bad. He's tied for 7th in the league with 178. First downs. Okay, Gab, you play the Bears quite a bit. What's your take on this game?
I've actually had the chance to play both of these gentlemen, Solomon Kane, the homie, and then Toxic Randy. I would normally probably go over in this game, but I'm not sure if the Bears quarterback is still hurt or not. And that's a big factor in his game, only because not only has he lost his quarterback, he lost Akers too. So he's kind of been relying on his quarterback's arm a little bit more, but he's been hurt. So I'm gonna go under, only because I think the Bears have some injuries that they can't overcome right now.
Okay, how about you, Bino?
Yeah, this is a different spot of the season, especially for both of these teams. I think, both of these guys on the outside looking in, but still, at this point, you want to put up good numbers and get a lot of good stats. And for that reason, I have this being under 56. Right? I think they're both going to try. Right? I just don't know who's going to pull it out, being that the game kind of means the same to both of them. I really don't know who's going to win this game. Right? They both turn the ball over enough. They both have holes on the roster, and sometimes spotty play calling. But I do have this game being under. That's something you can lock me in on. I really just don't know who's going to win, bro. I literally can't put my finger on it. Like, I have no idea. So I'm gonna just go with the under on this one.
Okay. I would agree with the under situation too, just because I know the Colts, can play good defense in the air. So when Solomon Kane try to go to the air, I think the Colts gonna be able to, keep his passing game under control. Now forcing to run the ball a little bit more, which is gonna kill more time, because he's gonna go for the first down. He's not gonna go for the gusto all the time. And when he does, I think the Colts gonna pounce on it, keep him out the end zone. But we'll see, because the Bears have a good defense to control the Colts as well. But I think the Colts will get about like 17 points, maybe 24. We'll see what happens. But I got the under, and I'm actually taking the Bears in this game. I like the Bears. All right, moving on to the next game, you got the Raiders and the Chargers. Now, the Raiders are 11th in the first down conversions with 173. The Chargers are 5th with 183. All right, it's AFC. What's your take, Vino?
Hey, shout out to my man. I put in that request. It was like, yo, I need to hear that. Boo, boo, boo. And he delivered, bro. So, with I think this is going to be a close divisional game. Those playoff implications obviously influence both users in this game. And honestly, this might be an upset to some, but I got the Raiders taking the W on this one. I just think they play together a lot. I think he pulled it off earlier in the season, if not last season. I think they know the blueprints on each other. So it just depends on which user comes to play on each side. And if it's the HBO that I know, though, the 12 screens with the boop, 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 he might pull it off. So I'm going to take HBO with the W under 56 on this one.
All right, how about you, Gab?
Bino, we're gonna have to disagree here. I'm gonna go over, only because, and this is gonna be so crazy to say, they're probably two, and don't take any offense to this, H-Bo or Styles, they're probably two of the most predictable people that you can play against. You know that Styles is gonna hit you with 1,017 inside zones and 1,017 crossing runs. H-Bo is gonna hit you with 1,000 inside zones, 1,000 screens, and then throw it deep to Ruggs whenever he's in a pickle. So it's like, if you know that going into the game, you should be able to stop it. These two idiots play each other twice a year, and they still don't stop each other. So give me the over and give me the Chargers, because I think it's going to be a shootout. I think H-Bo's going to have 4 straight L's. It ain't going to be so much boop, boop, boop. I think all his helium is gone off that balloon. He going to ride home, miss the playoffs, and then we're going to get another sad video from H-Bo after this one. So give me the over and give me the Chargers.
All right. I wouldn't bet on it, but I like the over as well. And I like the Chargers to come out on top. I think a couple of pick sixes. You know, if he gets the opportunity, I think the Chargers will be ready for it. So I'm taking the Chargers. I think the knockout gonna come in the second, like they say, like Tyson, the second round. But it's gonna be the Chargers knocking out HBO. By the second quarter, the game should be over. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the next game. We got the 49ers and the Rams. Right now, the 49ers are tied for 23rd in the league with 152 first downs. And the Rams have 168 first downs, making them 16th in the league. Okay, Gav, what's your take on this game?
All right, let me squeeze this in here. Other than probably H-Bo and Styles being the game of the week, who in the hell would have thought Bruce and damn Flair would have been a damn game of the week? Like, goddamn, Flair, what the fuck you doing over there? But all right, let me get back to this. This should be a really good game. I'm not even joking saying that. I think this should be really good. Last time they played, I think Bruce won by 8 points. Flair's come out this year, and I guess has actually decided to play football and give a fuck and be good. So I'm going to go surprisingly under. And I think the 49ers handle business again. But I think it's going to be a really good game.
All right. Good take. How about you, Bino?
Yeah, that was a great take, and I would have to agree. I got the under on this one. I think Flair is doing great. I think the reason that we see Flair up here is because he's protecting the ball. Right? He's not throwing tons of turnovers, which is great. And one thing I want to note on Flair, he also pulled out a win against a top-tier Jet team at the time. Right, that was an upset. I don't know if anybody recognized that. So on the contrary, though, his strength is defense, period. And I think Flair has that game plan that you had talked about, Dad. Run the ball, protect the ball, throw when you need. I think Bruce going to read that. But still, I got Flair with the upset. I'm going to go with Flair in this one. I got this one being under 56 in the consensus divisional matchup.
All right. Good take. My take on this. Flair got a new restaurant. Flair be eating good. Flair's mentally set. Whatever you been eating, Flair, I need to come over there and eat with you, dog. I'm gonna make sure I do that, dog. Dang, you been eating good, dog. Some of your stomach got your head right. You playing ball. But I like the 49ers still to take this particular game here, even though Flair's balling. And I like the under, too. You know, if Flair can eat the right food today, he might come out on top. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the next game. We got the Seahawks versus the Saints. The Seahawks, surprisingly, is 29th in the league when it comes to first down conversions at 138. Okay, and the Saints have 172, and he's actually tied for 12th. Okay, it's the NFC matchup. What's your take, Gav?
I'm going to go. Oh man, I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go Seahawks. And only because I think the stats for him, at least first down wise, might be a little misleading because we got to remember that he has, I think, 3 receivers that are 96 plus speed or something crazy like that. So he's another joker that likes to just throw that thing. Squire, he's been doing a little better this year. He hasn't been getting knocked crazy around with fast lane. I'm actually surprised his quarterback made it a full season, but Give me the over. Give me the Seahawks. Probably like 45-17-ish, somewhere around there.
That's typical of the Bucks and Panthers game. How about you, Bino?
Yeah, I have to agree with everything that you said, Gav. I think with that speed outside that receiver, man, it just make Vitamin extra dimensional on offense. And on the contrary, the Saints have actually lost a few in a row. I don't know if y'all remember, but early in the season, I had called that the Saints was not going to be picking in the top 5, but I might have to rescind some of that. It's been a little bit for my guy since he actually seen the W. So for that reason, I got to take the Seahawks, pulling this one out, and I got over on this game right here.
All right, I agree with the over, and I agree with the Seahawks. This is a no-brainer. You know, Vitamin can't afford to lose this game. Moving on to the next game, we got the Jets and the Pats. The game I couldn't wait to talk about. What's your take, Bino?
Okay. All right. So I think both teams is evenly matched, right? From a statistical standpoint, from a roster standpoint, I think that he has a very good offensive line or suitable. And even if he had a bad offensive line, he's one of those jokers, he know how to use them with a whole bunch of 66s out there, right? I'm just keeping it real. I think the Patriots defense, we had some hope early in the season, but right now I think we're finally catching a little bit of stride. I got different people in different positions that you probably wouldn't expect. So I think it's going to be more of a defensive matchup. I got this game going under 56, and obviously I got the Pats pulling it out. This game, if I lose it, man, that means I'm pretty much out the playoffs, and that puts Marley into a clinching position. And I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure my homie don't clinch it. So with that said, yeah, I got the Patriots taking this one. I think it's going to be a close game. I just got to protect the ball and not be predictable, right? And that's the whole game plan I got going, man. So I got the Patriots pulling it out. I think it's going to be a defensive matchup. It's going to be under.
Okay, let's not forget that the Jets are 28th when it comes to first down. So you might have a good point. He has 143 first down conversions. And you're 10th in the league with 174 conversions. With that being said, Gal, what's your take? What's your take, Gal?
Oh man, I'm gonna go over. I think so much on the line. I think both of y'all aren't gonna be as conservative as maybe you might be earlier in the season. It just means a little bit more. And I'm gonna go with the Pats, man. I think this game means a little bit more to them than it does the Jets. So I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go Pats.
It's a tricky game. Playoff games like this in late normally turn out to be defensive battles. But this first downs of the Jets is misleading. He's like SJ number 2. He likes to go deep a lot too. And you might feel different, but from what I see, the Jets like to go deep a lot when he gets the chance. He runs the ball, just well balanced on offense. But you know what? I think he's gonna disrespect the Patriots. I think he's gonna go deep. I like the over. I think by the end of the third quarter, I'm gonna see 33 points on the board by the Jets. And Bino wants to catch up. He's gonna chuck it. He's gonna chuck it. I'm gonna tell you it's coming. The question is, can Bino stop it? So it's a coin flip on the over and on in this game. The hardest game to pick. So, but I'm gonna go with my gut feeling, my first pick, my first mind, and I'm going for the over. Moving on to the next game, we got the Browns and the Broncos. Another heated matchup. The Browns are 14th in the league with 171 first downs. The Broncos have 167 first down conversions. He's tied for 17th in the league. What's your take on this game, Gal?
Ooh. All right. Other than the Flair game and the H-Bowl game, this game probably is actually the game of the week. In all honesty, I'm definitely going over. I don't think there's no way in hell that these two don't at least combine for 75 points. I think it's gonna be hella fireworks, whole bunch of offense, probably not as much defense. I'm gonna go Broncos, man. I'm gonna go Broncos over the Browns, over the 56. I think they're gonna combine for maybe around that 84-point mark.
Woo! Okay, how about you, Bino?
Yeah, I agree with the over. I mean, I don't know who's going to win this game, man. I think we're seeing a playoff matchup that we might get to see again in another, 7, maybe 5 advances. This is going to be one of those matchups that we look towards again, and one of those matchups that each one of these teams are going to go back and have to watch this tape because they might see each other again. So I'm not sure who's going to win. I do definitely think it's going to be over 56. If I had to lean anyway, I would be leaning towards the Browns. I think he's battle tested, thanks to Mr. Addison here. who departed from us, but I think he's battle tested, and I think he's trying to reclaim that AFC North, run of titles. So I'm gonna go with the Browns in this one. This game's gonna be over 56.
All right. I think in the beginning of the game, Sweet's gonna be yelling at his players, but I think in the end, he'll come out and win. It's gonna be a lot of yelling in this game here. But in the end, I think Sweet's come out victorious. He's been scoring a lot of points, but boy, it's been some fast-paced games in Denver. A lot of points. It's a rent money game here. I like the over, and I like the Broncos to take it. Moving on to the next game, we got the Cowboys and the Eagles. Right now, I'm not surprised. I guess he's figuring out the Chiefs playbook. He's 6th in first downs, the Cowboys that is, with 182. The Eagles have 176 first downs. They're 9th in the league. That's the makings of over probably, or a shootout. What's your take, Gab? You NFC.
Definitely give me the shootout. I don't think they've ever not scored 80-something points. Expert with his new playbook, not a problem on offense. Defense has definitely been his problem. So it's going to be a shootout. Winner-wise, this has been a weird year for Pope, man, because he's been scoring points, but he's not been as good overall as he normally has been. So I think it'll be more Cowboys than Eagles. I think Expert needs this game more because I think he's right on the cusp of getting one of those playoff spots in the NFC if one of those teams slip up. So I'm going to go Cowboys and I'm going to go over.
All right, how about you, Bino?
Yeah, I got to agree with everything. From the new playbook to the gameplay of Pope, man. I really don't know who's going to win, but I would have to lean towards the Cowboys just because, like you said, Gav, it means a little bit more. But I got over 56 on this one. I think we already know that's a lot. You're going to go ahead and sign me up on the rent money for this one. Over 56 with the Cowboys probably taking it out.
I agree with the over, but I'm not going to trust KP. KP don't hurt me twice. So I ain't picking on this game. This will not be on my parlay at all. I let them play it out. Play on and play on and play on. But it's going over. I got the Cowboys winning, a decisive game. Probably about 6 points. About 6 points. Yeah, I think. Yeah. It ain't going to be no blowout. It'll probably be the team with the ball last. So we'll say about, a one-score type game. All right. Moving on to the Bengals versus the Ravens. The Bengals are tied for 10th tied for 12th when it comes to first downs with 172. The Ravens are 20th in the league with 165 conversions. Okay, this is in the AFC. What's your take, Bino?
Yeah, I think this game will be over 56, man. I got the Bengals taking it out. I think this is going to be a shootout worth of a game, right? Because we all know Taz can score, and I think Dub is finally finding his way, right? If he's putting anything together, I think we're starting to see that now. So I think it's going to be more of a shootout in this game. It is a divisional game, so I do have the Bengals taking it away because of his chess-like play style. He can kind of be adaptable, run the ball when he need to, and pass the ball when he need to. So for that reason, I got the Bengals winning over 56 in this game.
Okay, how about you, Gal?
Oh man, before maybe 2 weeks ago, Bino, I might have went Bengals with you, but the homie Taz let me down and lost to the Steelers. Gave him his first win. So I'm gonna say that Dub is going to hold strong as the number 2 team in that division. Win this game, and he's gonna get the over. With a little bit of help from the Bengals. So give me Ravens and over.
All right, good take. I like the under a little bit. I think Taz's defense might make a couple of saving interceptions in this game. We'll see what happens. Ravens definitely should pull this out, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I'm gonna go with the Bengals in the upset. I think the Bengals will play this game for pride. So I like the under and the Bengals. All right, next game will be the Packers versus the Giants. The Packers have 178 first downs, tied for 7th in the league. And I can't believe with the ball control Giants. I mean, one of the best ball control guys in the league is 32nd in the league with 114. 114 first down. I don't know what's going on. Maybe 3 downs and out this year. He already had 6 wins on the season. So we're having a much better season than he had in the past. All right, Gal, what's your take on this game?
I'm going to go. It's so hard to pick this shit, man, because like you said, that motherfucker is 2 clock supreme. And then depending on what day it is, his damn Wi-Fi might be bouncing off fucking Saturn. So that shit could be a whole nother problem. So it's just like, oh man, I don't know. I'm gonna go just for the sakes of Freight being in my division. I'm gonna go Packers and under, but it's hit or miss with that motherfucker. You never know.
Right. Okay, Bino, what's your take?
I got Freight Train Shane taking this one out. I know the Giants is stepping up. I think low key the Giants are stepping up right on time. They're gonna do nice this season and probably come and smack everybody in the mouth next season for Ohio State. So I see what you're doing out there. But anyway, I got Freight Train Shane taking this one. I think we don't know enough about him. I don't think the Giants knows enough about him. And from what I'm saying, he's actually getting wins with that team. That's already a pretty good team. So I got Freight Train Shane pulling it out. I think this game's going to be over. And yeah, we'll see, man. Keep showing us some more good work. Okay? That's all I got.
All right. I like the Giants to pull this one off, but I like the under. I like the under. You like the under too, Bino, right?
Nah, I got the over. I got Freight Train.
Okay, you got the over. Okay, missed that. Okay, cool. So you got the over, 2 unders. Okay, so we'll see how this goes. All right, that concludes the show. Now we're gonna move on to the rent money. All right, Gal. What's your rent money bet?
My rent money bet. Oh man,
$2,000 on the line.
If I had to put $2,000 on the line, and for sure, this week I honestly think you probably have 2 games that you could definitely smack on the head. Whether you feeling high or low. This is my number 1 choice, but I'm gonna give you my 1A and 1B. Number 1 for sure, like you'd have to be an idiot not to pick this game, is Sweets and the Broncos against the Browns in the over. Like that is a guaranteed light up the scoreboard. They might score more points than it's tickers on the damn thing for them to put on there. Like that's how much points they might score. And then my other one, I think, which would be a really good bet, which I'm not picking because I'm picking the other one, would be Bruce against Flair. I think that under is a guaranteed defensive juggernaut game too. So either one, but going with Sweets.
All right. How about you, Bino?
Yeah, I think you missed one, bro. I think you can also lock up the Bucks versus the Panthers. I think the Bucks taking that one in the over is a lock.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, that's a lock. And then I'll give you my 1B. I would also look at the Seahawks versus the Saints in the over as well. But that's also another safe bet for those out there playing the parlay and Vegas. Yeah, that's what I got. I'm gonna lock in with the Bucks and the Panthers.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all. I like the Broncos game. I like that one going over. You talking about putting rent money on it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that one there. Bucks definitely on my parlay. All right. So the Bucks going over. That's Bino's decision. And we got, the Broncos over with the Cleveland Browns from the Schemer and Gal. Now for the 14 parlay, who you got, Gal? For your 14.
14. All right, I'm gonna shoot this one off.
$100 on 4 teams.
Give me Styles over H-Bo as one. Give me. I'm gonna take the Bruce over Flair. 49ers over Rams is under. That game is number 2. Give me the under in that one. I'm gonna go with Pats over Jets and the over in that one. That's 3. And then we got one more. And I'm gonna go with myself. I'm gonna go Vikings and under. In that Texans game. That's gonna be my 4th game. Give me something.
How about you, Bino?
I got Washington football team over the Lions. I got the Packers over the Giants. I also have. I'm not gonna bet on H on that one. I might have been out of my mind. I got I'm gonna take the Broncos over the Browns, and then I'm gonna take the Vikings over the Texans for my 4-game parlay.
Like, I gotta watch that one. That's contrasting styles.
You know, we got opposite bets, man.
Yeah, man.
I know somebody gotta bring home this bacon. One of us.
As much as I talked about the Jets hanging 33 points on you through 3 quarters, I'm not betting on that. It's a playoff implication game. I'm gonna leave that alone. But for the 14 parlay, I'm going Bills under, Rams under. I also got the Bucks going over. And I'll just go ahead and I don't do this too much, put the same, team on my parlay for my $2,000 bet. But I guess I can go ahead and count on the Broncos. That's how much I like this over, dog. That's just how much I like this over. If the Broncos game don't go over, I'm flat out loser this week. And that's it. So that concludes the parlays. The trivia question of the week. All right, right now, come high stakes. Who do you see coming out on top in the AFC East? Bino.
Come on, man. You know who I see coming out. You know what I'm saying? Nah. If I'm gonna be for real, I really think it's really gonna be myself. I think the entire AFC East does a good job, and even with the inclusion of Maurizi, does a good job of actually molding a roster. Like everybody in the AFC East got they don't have very many holes on their roster. I think the question is gameplay, and I think with some of these coaching changes coming up and some of these old players retiring and, you start to see this regression happening, I think that my team, and I'm being biased, I know, I don't care. I think my team is shaped and I think we're ready, for the next couple of seasons. So I got the Pats, but outside of myself, I would probably have to put the Jets. Simply because, he's showing what he can do right now with pretty much a rookie running back. Buddy is like 67 overall, and he's leading the league in rushing with like 1 fumble. How's that possible? Right? So he's showing us what he can do with less. So he will probably be number 1B, but the Pats is definitely 1A in my mind.
All right. How about you, guys? How you see that division shaping out?
I'm gonna agree with Bino, man. Just because I think Tight is getting ready to gracefully bow out within the next 2 years of Madden time, so he's getting ready for his farewell tour. He's just kicking it with the boys. The Bills, I think he got a lot of catching up to do, so maybe Madden 2-2. If I had to pick between the Jets and the Patriots, though, man, I'm gonna go with probably the Patriots. Like Dino said, they both have constructed their rosters really good for Madden play. So it's kind of hard to pick between the two. Flip a coin. Today, the wind's blowing with the Patriots. So I'm gonna go with them.
Okay, I think you might see a few coaching changes too, and that's gonna have a drastic effect on who come out of there. Either people gonna stay put or make changes. But my gut feeling tells me when it's all said and done, I know how bad he wants his Dolphins. I'm going with the Dolphins. I think Tygart gonna come out the shell. I think he come out of hibernation and he gonna take the crown of the AFC East. That's my take. All right. How about the South, the AFC South? Yeah, we'll go with that.
Man, this probably the most mysterious division because you really don't know who's gonna pop out on top. I think it's definitely probably between under and Schemer, but I'll probably have to lean with under right now because his team is probably just top to bottom, probably more stacked than the rest of the division. So I'll probably go with under.
All right, Bino.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I would have to keep under as my 1A and probably Scheme. I have to throw you at kind of 2A with the Colts at 2B. I think it's really between those top 3 teams. I think
Okay. I'm gonna pick myself just like you, but there will be a coaching change. It's gonna be a change. All right, quickly moving over to the AFC West. What you think, Bino?
AFC West, I'll probably have to give it to the Broncos, man. I think his pedigree of player and user is going to reign supreme. I know it's a very, very tough division. Probably put the Chargers at 1B, with the Chiefs at 1C. I think the Las Vegas Raiders are doing some good work, but eventually Ruggs is going to get old, right? Eventually some of them star powers that you got, they're not going to be there, bro. It's time to plan and then move on to the next one. So definitely got the Broncos taking that one.
And you guys?
I agree for sure. I mean, Sweets, I just think top to bottom probably the best skilled person in that division. And then for the rest of the three, I'll probably give Chargers the second amount of credit for actually building people that weren't on his team. Because the other two just use people that they've been had and they're gonna get old. So I don't know how they're really gonna translate after that. So give me Broncos one day they taking the ship, and then the Chargers will probably be making some noise right now.
Okay. This will be unanimous because I got the Broncos too. I think they might even go 14-2 in that high stakes season. We'll see. It's gonna be very tough and competitive. Think about him here. He probably likes the Patriots a lot, so I don't think he's gonna play with hunger for a team, but he's just gonna play with pride. And moving over to the North, what's your take, Bino?
Browns.
How about you guys?
Browns.
Okay.
Man, we
All right.
gotta spend the time on this.
Yeah, Browns. In your division, guy, which is the NFC North, what you think?
Next. What's my hashtag? I got a couple of them. It's King of the North, Bend the Knee. Man, that's my division, bro. I wish Ember was still in here just so y'all could have seen how to beat his head in too and let y'all see that it's really mine. But I ain't worried about none of them jokers.
Yeah, I would agree, but Freight Train looking like he coming, bro. So I just keep your eyes open, man. I'm just saying.
They can come, they all get knocked down. Bend the knee is the hashtag for a reason. You gotta come bend the knee at the throne, sir.
I got Gav as the front runner too, but I'm gonna throw a 1B in there with this one. I think the Bears probably would be like his number one competition. That's just my take.
Listen, I will say this now, like no bullshit aside. Like, I don't care what record Solomon came as. For some reason, me and that motherfucker have games. Like, they're never blowouts. They are always games come down to the wire. So, I don't know. I tell him that all the time, too. I tell him to salute to you, nigga, because for some reason, we just can't never separate too much farther than what the scores be. That's my dog. That's my dog.
All right. Quickly over to the NFC East.
Yeah, I got Washington football team. That's his division.
About to say, do we see anybody taking that away from him? He done found something and he ain't looked back. So that's buses for sure.
Yeah, unanimous. Yeah, we'll go with Washington. NFC West.
49ers.
Yeah,
That's Bruce team. That's Bruce.
I think he finally found a way to get over his Chris Murray hump. So I think he's taking over, man. I give it to the 49ers for sure.
How about you, Bino?
Yeah, I got the 49ers. In that division, and if it's a 1B, it'll probably be Vitamin. I'm looking forward to seeing more from him. I think he had a slow start this season, but we'll see what's up in high stakes. We know he got that speed out there, so it's gonna be between them two.
Dr. Dre produced a song with Eminem talking about forgot about Dre, right? From what y'all just said, y'all forgot about Chris Murray. He ain't dead. He arrived to the occasion. Them Philadelphia Eagles got Devontae Smith. He gonna play hard. I'm going with the Cardinals. That's my take on that division. I think the Cardinals gonna be short. Come high stakes, he gonna be ready to ball out just because of Devontae Smith. We'll see what happens though. And last but not least, the NFC South.
Hey, I want to say it on 3.
You don't even have to say nothing.
Squire.
We already crowning you, dog.
Oh no, hey, listen, man. Noop gonna show up for high stakes, man. Look out for them Falcons. They got Pitts on the team. Look out for Noop to come busting heads, come high stakes. Hey, Noop, I believe in you. These other motherfuckers might not believe in you because I believe in you. You're gonna take over that division like you used to. I'm lying. It's any division.
Let's get
Oh,
up.
Hey, new version of showing up is maybe 7-9 record. That's gonna be his version of showing up.
Listen, we just need to get Nuke a 5 so you can see how much different Madden is on the 5. So you can have some enjoyment again. That's what he needs.
Good luck though. Nuke gonna play tough. C-Rock gonna play tough too, but nah, it's too late. It's too late. I mean, Forrest been with that same playbook the whole time. Ain't no switching. He's in sync. He's in sync. Yeah. All right. Anything else, fellas, before we close the show?
No, man. I'm good, man. Just keep rocking with us, man. We're gonna keep trying to get y'all content, and I hope y'all boys enjoy. Give us some feedback.
All right, we out. Peace.